We're going to be doing some writing called Choose Your Own Adventure books. And many of you have seen them. They're the books where an author has gotten started. They've got a character and they're doing something. And then at the end of a couple of pages, they then have an ability for you to choose what happens next. Go to page 39 or go to page 12, things like that. Here, we're going to do that using Google Slides. You're going to be doing some writing and some description on the slide. And then after you do that, you're going to go on and put a link on the bottom where the person who is reading it can then go through and click on either of the links to decide where they want to go next. We're going to get ourselves started with that today. We won't be in Google Slides today, but we will start doing that tomorrow. The first thing that we have to decide and establish is what is our problem going to be and what's our setting going to be. Your problem could be something as big as getting lost on a camping trip. So obviously the problem is getting lost. The setting is, or where there could be somebody who gets lost or might get lost. And the setting would be that you're at a campsite or on a hiking trail, think something like that. It could also be something that is pretty day to day, and you have somebody going through day to day things and trying to keep themselves out of maybe a little bit of trouble or mischief. In this case, I'm going to do one. I've been writing a bunch about basketball, so we'll do problem big basketball game. Setting is going to be in the gym. So there's going to be a number of things that could potentially happen here, where maybe it's somebody who forget something in his backpack, so they're missing something for the game, or maybe they're late for the game, or any number of other things that happen in there. Okay, you're going to decide on your problem and setting. Be creative as you go. Here, after I've got my idea for a problem and a setting, I need to go about creating on here kind of what's called a flow chart. You're basically going to be drawing some boxes. These boxes are going to tell what you're planning to do that scene or that slide, and then you're going to have some arrows to new boxes. So basically, think of it as like one big pyramid where you've got a box on the top where you started, and then from there you can decide, do I go left or right, those types of things. So here, I'm going to start with this one here, and my big thing is going to be at the gym. Here, I might say for my first part, I'm just going to write in here. I'm going to say at home, getting ready for game. So really starts pretty simple with something like that. Again, I'm not putting a lot of description into this because the description is really going to come in once I start in my slides. After I've done that, I got to decide something that's going to happen. Here is going to be an arrow, and here's an arrow. He's going to have two choices to make. Maybe he's getting ready for the game. His mom calls for him. So I might have here he triple checks his bag and runs out the door. Or I might put over here something like he grabs his ball and bag and runs out the door. I got here this one guy, like do I double and triple check it? Do I need to do that, or do I not do that? Okay. You can see here where maybe I'm gonna be forecasting in here where with the double and triple checking, maybe you're expecting as a reader that he would be just fine, but know that sometimes in these choose your own adventure books, they make something seem a particular way, and you decide to go another way. So he checks his bag and runs out the door. So he goes out the door, and then I would put on here that the next part is here he gets to the game, missing his ball, or maybe it's not his ball. Maybe he's missing his lucky. Maybe he's missing his lucky wristband or something. Again, you can make it something where if you're doing one where you're camping, maybe you encounter a bear, you come to a river, you get lost, lots of different things. Here, this happens here. into the next piece, and then there's going to be some more choices off of this. Okay, grabs his bag and runs out the door. Here, I might have that they run out the door and get stuck in a traffic jam. Stuck in traffic jam, right? So now here, they've kind of both run into a little bit of trouble, right? So it's not going to be super duper easy. Again, as you can see, I've got to then get my next slide that something happens. I'm going to have my arrows here. My arrows might kind of intersect here. So I want to going to have to kind of move them around a little bit. If you need to make them longer, that's totally fine. And here, I might come over here, forgets the lucky wristband. Maybe over here, he sends mom home to get it. So something like that. Or maybe over here, he doesn't worry about it and decides to play without it. Okay. Again, I've got my other pieces here. As you're thinking about this as you continue to do your own writing, really, you're going to be creating this chart where you're going to be creating some boxes. You're thinking about the options you have, then what's that next main slide here. And then later on, starting on either Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to get a chance to go in and start building these slides in Google Slides. And later this week, we'll get a chance to go in and create links so that you can practice presenting them for yourself.